Alright, it's been a minute since I've done a video. You know, things are the usual shit show. But then I try. See what comes out. There's so much going on. No one's paying attention to. Including I've been smoking a ton. I can't breathe anymore. But anyways, that's I guess bound to happen. It was my birthday, the 23rd of June. I turned 46, which is crazy because I just don't feel 46. I mean, I do, but not like I used to picture 46-year-olds to be. So it's kind of a weird spot. But so I'm wondering how everyone's doing with their housing situation. That's really what I'm curious about. I wonder how many renters we've got that haven't been able to pay their rents. I wonder how many people are hanging on every day, waiting for Inslee to extend the moratorium, knowing that any time now it's going to be over. So it's like, what are you guys doing to prepare for this inevitable, coming of the evictions, and I think that people are just in denial that it's really going to happen. Maybe you don't see it. Someone's talking to me. Hello? Like a ghost? He said blah, 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 blah. If they're listening, I don't care. Because I'm posted anyways. So, I think people are just either in denial that it's ever going to fucking happen, or they think that the government will come up with some way to fix it. And that's what's really scaring me, is that people are actually sitting around waiting for the government to fix something, when the truth is that's who's causing all of this shit. The same people running the government, the same people that are, set this shit show into motion. None of this was, I don't know, none of this is accidental. I don't know how many people are on board with that idea. I'm not saying the pandemic, okay, I don't have any idea if that was planned or not. We'll just call it random. But somebody somewhere along the way certainly knew how to take full advantage of this particular situation, And it's weird. Like, we're having some crazy weather. It's like 110 degrees and it's normally like 80. So electricity bills are going through the roof, and people can't go do anything because it's too fucking hot, and people are killing each other. At least here in Spokane, there's been, I think, like 11 murders in the last, 3 days. So it's not just the cops this time. Fuckers. Speaking of, they got my shit again. You know what I got arrested for? Violation of a restraining order that doesn't exist. That's what I got. I got arrested for that. Again, the 4th time in 5 fucking years. And this time, I was everything I had. Again, everything I had. It's in that fucking van. And those cocksuckers towed it, even though they didn't have the right to. And they just released it. I can go pick it up, but I don't know about everything that was in there. My printers, my laptop. The scanners I had on eBay, $27,000 worth of equipment that I spent how much time building up. And they just went and took it. And they better give it back. This time there was actually found to be a physical document held within the police records that there's the warrant for the violation of the restraining order. It references a document that's only in the police department records. It's never been in the courts because there is no case. I don't have a restraining order against me. I never have. But I've been arrested 4 times. And I was charged in CUNY too as well. So it's 5 total for the same fucking restraining order that doesn't exist. And this last time, it was dated back before my arrest last year. So I'm like, I was already arrested on this, and the cop didn't give a fuck. Punk ass bitch that joined him, the baby do no wrong cop, and their attitudes were fucking hurt. They were atrocious. The way they talked to me, the way they treated me. My car had overheated, and then the battery died while I sat there. So I was waiting for Geico to come jump me. I was there for maybe 2 hours on the side of the road Nothing around me except for a parking lot full of heavy equipment and a gated thing across the street. I was in blocking traffic. I was under a tree. They rolled up on me, beat the fuck on my window, and detained me for close to 2 hours before finding the warrant that allowed them to put their hands on me again without my permission, start manhandling all my things, and arrest me, take my fucking shit, you know? And they did it so gleefully, too. They just got a kick out of it, you know? And I said, where's your fucking cameras? You know, they don't have cameras yet. We'll get him later. We'll get him in 2024, I think is what the punky baby said, you know? And he just, the fucking attitudes, the disrespect that these prick fuckers show. And they think, I mean, it's like, you know, well, you know, like I'm gonna eat your shit. Like I'm gonna fucking eat your fucking shit. Any one of you, because you are wearing a cop uniform. I don't give a fuck. And that's why you do what you do. Because I don't kowtow to your stupid fucking uniform. It's a fucking costume that you bought at a store. Specifically for costumes for cops, you know? Because the truth is baby boy there and even that fucker that did this, neither one of you could say a fucking word to me or act that way if you were fucking naked. That's the truth. You're Mr. Cool Guy with your FBI earpiece and your Cops R Us uniform, you know? Mr. Cool Guy. Mr. Cool Cop with your tactical gear, you know, as you approach the civilian, you know, and you fuck shit up for everybody. And you know, you make me fucking sick. So this is what I wrote to them. You know, because now it's been proven beyond absolute doubt. The prosecutor found the document on record. On record in court. The prosecutor found the document that wasn't signed by a judge. Has no court seal. Doesn't exist within the framework of the courts at all because it never happened. The document that the warrant was issued under, she knew what that meant. That shit came from the prosecutor's office and there's a piece of shit. Or the cops manufactured it completely. And that's the only two explanations. Because you can't just walk in and give the cops a document and have them put it in their fucking records. Unless you're a prosecutor. And it was faxed from Carrie Janda's. Something's fucking talking to me, so. Carrie Janda. That's the prosecutor's name. Whose fax machine was used to fax that document to the cops. How do I know this? How do I know this? Because I was served by a motherfucker city cop. That phony fucking document. And then about 2 hours later, some piece of shit dressed like a cop that I always thought maybe was a bicycle cop, but his hair is way too fucking long. I've seen him twice. But this was the first time I seen him, and there he was with his bicycle legs. Both of them, you know, cars, right? That makes sense. And he served me again. With the same document. So, as I looked at these documents, and I saw there was no court stamp, and there was no signature, one of them had a fax number across the top that had been taken off the copy that I was first served. That was the copy that was originally meant for the police records. But they fucked up and they served me both of them. So it was the day after the puke kidnapped my son. The day after, they served me with those phony fucking documents. But they fucked up. So, even though I had called 911 7 times, and they refused to come, just the night before, screaming, he's kidnapping him, and they refused to come because it was a civil matter, which it wasn't. He had no custody. It was a kidnapping, but they wouldn't come even to the scene. So, 7 calls. Told to fuck off. The next night would have been the night that had he not kidnapped him, I would have picked him up from normal visit. Had I taken him to visits, which I hadn't been doing since his father had been fucking with him and raping him and doing disgusting things like shoving grapes up his own ass and making his son eat it. Because that's how fucked up he is, this guy, that these cops are protecting. So I called them Tuesday, 6 o'clock. Troy Tipke answered, like always, and I told him I came to pick up my son from his visit. And the whole house is cleared out. No one's here. I need a cop. I need a cop right now to come take a report and go find him. And he says, weren't you served with a restraining order? And I said, no. What are you talking about? He said, well, weren't you served with a restraining order? I said, no. What are you talking about? Restraining order? Is the restraining order coming? Is that what you're saying? Is there a problem? Do you know? And he goes, hold on. And he comes back on the line and he says, you're going to be served. So, and I was like, well, is there a restraining order right now? And he said no. So I said, then I want 2 fucking sheriffs to go to the specific address out in Chatteroy. CPS had claimed to have been out there. So, it was a property that fuckface didn't know I knew that he owned. So about 20 minutes later, I get a call from 2, douchies, and the one tells me the address don't exist. I say, well, doesn't your ex live in town? I go, oh, no, the house is clear. I know it exists, the CPS has just been out there. So go fucking check and get my fucking kid. They said they couldn't find the place. Right? Spokane's finest. So, now, we know what the document really is and what happened to it. And they must have come up with some crappy ass fucking version of it because it was only 1 page. The other one looked real, except for they fucked up and put the date on a Sunday. And like I said, no stamp. And it wasn't signed. And it made no fucking sense. And I knew he hadn't been to court and blah, blah, blah. And I'd already gone through it. There's no transcripts. No existence of it so fucking ever. But 4 times in 5 years, those cock-sucking motherfucking Spokane County puke fucks pick me up and take me to jail and take every fucking thing I own based on that bullshit fucking warrant that Troy Tipke knows all about, even though it was never filed. Now, how would he know a restraining order is coming if they get them from the DA after the hearings? How would he know? There should have been one. Even though it was phony and bullshit, there should have been one. How did he know? If he's not a dirty motherfucker too. It comes back down to it all the time, and I point him out. Troy Tipke, police dispatcher. Troy Tipke, who knows all about Dan Richards and his kingdom of pedophilia. Eric McMahon and the underage porn, wasn't 16-year-old girls and cocaine. He wasn't plagiarizing adult porn. His brothers are still roaming around out there, little fuckstick faggot, whatever your name is, and the cousins and the other one, Joe, and Jeffrey, all these little faggot friends. And Eric McMahon, couldn't hack it when people were going to find out what a fucking scumbag perv he was, so he killed himself like a pussy. Dead as a doornail in his little urn in Holy Family, right? Because that never happens. They don't fake it to get out of charges. It never happens. It does all the time. Check the records and watch. When those puke prosecutors finally pick up a case, how many times does a motherfucker die halfway through it? Like, I don't even know if they ever finish a case where they don't die. I don't know why they choose to prosecute. All I can think is they'll piss them off somehow. So it's like a payback to get them the fuck out of the circle, but there it goes again. Troy Tipke, Dan Richards, Eric McMahon's family, the Richards family, which is, I think, of the Butlers, Amanda, the stupid sister-in-law, father, Danny, Donna, the perv that got, charged and convicted of incest. And you don't think that this is possible? You know how many billions of fucking dollars this fucking industry is? Billions. It dwarfs the drug trade. And every diehard gangster doesn't want to believe that there's no way the cocaine and Pablo Escobar. There ain't shit. Fuck dick that guy's got on the human traffickers. They argue all the time. People are worth it, but the coke is, They sell them for every reason, not just sex toys, organs, all kinds of stuff. So they're Luciferian pieces of shit that y'all are following. God of Abraham, the one that wants blood, the one that's ruining my life and wants to kill me. I always say I'll make a deal. He never comes and offers me anything worth taking him. And that is his plight. I don't want to do this. I got a house to buy. I have retirement to live. Just endure till the end. That's all you can do. Endure to the end. Hang in there, Daniel. Love you, baby.